Hello, 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 everyone. It is Thursday, and we're recording this to get set up for YouTube later today. We're officially rare complete in Final Fantasy, and are looking for about 15 or so mythics. So we're probably not going to find them many here, but as you continue to open up packs and do well, then that's going to help. Taking a look at this pack. Not a whole lot that I'm like super thrilled with. Sahagin is great, but I'm not sure if it's first pickable. Maybe it is, and maybe I'm just underwhelming it. You've also got Colosseum Behemoth, which is phenomenal for late game decks, and then also some Brynhilders are rare, and it's good. It's card advantage. It attacks and blocks. You've got Warrior Sword down here for your 4+, and then Swallowed by Leviathan. Crystal Fragments I've seen played very well in green deck or in white decks, so we'll go there. But I think the answer is just take this thing. Maybe it's this thing up here. Let's do something different. We played a lot of Sahagin decks. Let's take Colosseum Behemoth. Ooh, we might be rewarded pretty quickly. Town Greeter is good in like a black-green, so that's going to play well with Diamond Weapon. Also, this Balthier and Fran is just, it's a 3-mana 4/3 reach. I mean, that's pretty good. If you ever happen to have any vehicles, and it goes pretty crazy with that. Notably, it says when a vehicle crewed by Balthier and Fran, so the best vehicle in the set being the Phantom Train, doesn't work with Balthier and Fran. It does get the +1/+1 and Vigilance and Reach, so like that's good, but the rest of it's not so good. So I'm going to take one more huge threat in this Diamond Weapon, and then after this I think we're on the ramp train. Battle of the Bridge is a great one for early game. You do see something like Call the Mountain Chocobo for ramp. Gyashi Greens is fine. White Auracite is a good ramp card, but we're just going to take this. It's a Fatal Push is really what it is. So we're just going to take that. Summon Anima is a great top end spell. Gyashi Greens again early. Marlboro is fine. Shantoto is a good one here. Let's just take this. And continue to work our way down our curve, I suppose. Shambling Sieth actually has really played out very well. You also have Wild Rose Rebellion and Resentful Revelation. I feel like we could probably get a couple of these in a bit, so we're going to take this. I know it enters tapped, and so it's not the best blocker, but at the same time, it's pretty infinite when it comes to recursion. I'm down for Conrad. This is Sir Conrad, so it's very good, but I don't think it's something that we need to have. And just getting early blockers that also gain you life or provide value is pretty pivotal for these black-green decks. Gigantoad is fine. Phyton is probably better if we're going to end up like trying to recur some of our big threats, so I'm down for that. Dang, Emperor of Palamecia, and people are passing this kind of stuff? Jeez. I mean, had we known, we might have taken that. But this rat helps us fix if we end up splashing something else. It also helps us ramp. And then it's just a 2-drop on 2 that if it gets in for a little bit of damage, then we're golden. Very happy to see that. Have not seen a lot of green cards that I've been thrilled with, but we have seen a lot of black. So we're going to stick with that for now. I think we'll likely be fine. Hopefully we'll see a lot of green in pack 2 and then sort of flesh it out with some black in pack 3. Looking for the wheel here. I don't really remember anything super crazy that we'd be excited about on the wheel. It was a lot of blue and red cards. So maybe that should have been a consideration for what we were looking to pick on, is the idea that like our wheel wasn't particularly strong. But we do have this airship crash. I'm more likely to either pick this Swallowed by Leviathans because, Sultai's a very decent grindy thing. Otherwise, this Vector plays really well and the ability to try to splash for red. But seeing that this is still here, then I think this is the kind of thing we want to be splashing for. Corner by Black Mages is good, as well as Traino here. Corner by Black Mages obviously gets better and better as things move along. It also plays better with things like Fatal Push and other. I'm going to take the Corner by Black Mages for now. We're not 100% certain we're in blue. Resentful Revelation plays really well. There's the 5-drop uncommon Ultimechia that we're really in on. That would be probably one of the best uncommons for us to see here. Not playing Sage's New. This is probably not playing Magic Pot, but there's a world where I would want to side it in. I could see it happening. Can't say I'm like particularly excited about that world though. Vincent Valentine, you say. This card is wild. You play it down, right, or whatever, and you're like, you first read this as whenever your creature controls put a 1/1 counter on Vincent Valentine. Sure, that's fine. And then you can transform it into a trample lifelink. What you don't realize, it says put a number of 1/1 counters equal to that creature's power. So Fatal Pushing, like a 2/2, puts 2 counters on this thing. It is crazy. Now, the one thing we have to work about is Vane's Treachery gives -X/-X, and so therefore, like, it doesn't really work with Vincent Valentine. He gets no counters, but card's pretty busted. You just transform it over, and then when it dies, it comes back. So in theory, you have a 4-mana 2/2 that turns into a 3/2 trample, and then if they block it, with lifelinks, you gain the life, and they block it, then it comes back, and you can just sort of do it again. But really, whenever you want, you end up continuing to add counters to it on the front side. Card takes over games. It's very good. I'm also thinking that this is, of course, like the draft where we're going to start seeing our Dark Confidant. Still have yet to actually draft and play Dark Confidant. Cecil's probably pretty good, though. Take that one. Cecil's a bit of a trap, right? You don't just want to be like rushing down life totals, but he's really good on defense to like kill an opposing creature while also then kind of working your way there. And if you're using your life total as a resource, he's very good at being able to regain a lot of that resource back. There's a chance that we're not into playing green quite yet because we continue to see these very good black cards getting passed. Ultima, also a very good card, but I'm not really sure I want to go down that train quite yet. Reach the Horizon is kind of the exact card I was thinking. Otherwise, Shinra Reinforcements is apparently played very well, and Town Greeter plays really well with this like Diamondback weapon and the Fight On. So I'm going to take the Reach the Horizon here. I still think that there's a possibility we can get a couple Town Greeters. Ultimech is an incredible card that we absolutely want to be putting in here. And so now we really want to start focusing on our Shinra Reinforcements and other things. Like, I feel very happy with just about every card in the deck. This Shambling Seath, I guess, is kind of one of the worst ones. And so we need to focus on making sure that A, we don't die, and B, we can actually fill up our graveyard a little bit faster than just casting cards. Which I know, I feel like I keep passing the Shinra Reinforcements, and I keep passing the Town Greeters, but like, there have been other cards that have been equally as good, in my opinion. This is a good one. A Starting Town. Yeah, it taps for 3 colors, and we have 3 colors, so let's do that. Does use our life total a little bit as far as like Cecil's concerned, but I'm not going to actively try to be, bearing my life down and see just what happens in the game. I suppose there's a chance where this like might take us from 13 down to 12, which means then Cecil can flip right away. But okay, yes, I was looking at this, which is like kind of splashable. Capital City does tap for 3, and then also cycles, which helps. But let's just get our Shinra Reinforcements. Kind of plays like an X-Death, but a little bit nicer. Take a Crossroads here. Just continuing on with our towns sub-theme. We're probably not playing Iceflawn. Probably not playing Monster Train either, but you never know. Forayer is a fine sideboard card. Iron Giant is a fine sideboard card. World Map, that works. Yeah, get in here. Cloud of Darkness, huh? That was a pretty good one. Gubu Gardener, another good option. And let's see another Shinra Reinforcements here, but I think we'll just take this Cloud of Darkness. We got a lot of, how many instants and sorceries? We've got 7 instants and sorceries, which is quite a bit. But we also have a lot of we have a lot of creatures as well. I see an Ancient Adamantoise. This notably is great with Fight On, because if this dies when you have Fight On, then you can pull it back to your hand and you still get the 10 treasures. Just kind of cast it for free. I think the Adamantoise is good. I mean, our top end is very big here. Okay. Another Cloud of Darkness. A Town Greeter. A Shinra Reinforcements. I'm going to take this Cloud of Darkness. Even though it's our second one. I think having them both available to us is very, very powerful. And if we count like Marlborough plus World Map as a single land, then this is kind of the deck currently. I don't know if Swallowed by Leviathans really needs to be in there. A second Ultimeki is incredible, but also Gone is very good. I think that Ultimeki is one of the reasons why we want to be here, right? Like, we'll be able to put that in there. Vanille is a good way to get back some of our stuff, so we can get rid of this Swallowed by Leviathan. We still probably have one cut to make, and it might be Diamond Weapon. It might be... Oh, yo, Farseek? Yeah, get in here. Farseek is great. Could be this Gaius von Balser, and that's like a decent sideboard card. That'd be one I would look at. We never did see Fang Sieth. Or Lassie. Yeah, let's probably do that one. Shinra Reinforcements. Fang also, or Eden also plays pretty well here. That's a land, so we can kind of just add it in, which is nice. And we should have one more shot at hitting maybe the extra half of the meld card here. Didn't get there, but a Sephiroth's Intervention pack 3 pick 8. Holy cow. Holy cow, that was a good one. Gubu Gardner is a good one to get in here. Oh, we've got some cuts to make. Not playing the second Marlboro. Yeah, this is good. That one can get in here. Not playing the third Marlboro. Wow, alright. So we have a couple of things that we have to take care of here before we hop into the games. I still think I want to Reach the Horizons, even though it may not necessarily always be the most powerful. Because Reach the Horizons into any of our 6s or 7s is very, very good. It also helps us go get our island if we need it. Corner by Black Mages, I guess, is a little bit of a question. We got 5 cuts to make. Holy cow. We probably could cut a swamp, I think, because we've got the Marlboro in the battle map. Demon Wall, I think, is very good, so I don't think I want to cut that. So I guess we shave a rat. Could shave second Cloud of Darkness, I suppose. Could shave Corner by Black Mages. I think I want all the rest of these cards, though, so let's get rid of this. And then maybe it is one of our top-end items. Between Diamond Weapons, Summon Anima, and Colosseum Behemoth. I mean, it's never really Colosseum Behemoth, so it's between these two. And Diamond Weapon, I suppose, is a bit of a blunt object, so we probably could cut that one for now. With our last cut being really impossible. I mean, it's tough. If we were already on 17 lands, I'd be like, let's just shave a land, but there's no way we can go down to 15 lands. I guess it might be the Shambling Sieth. No, that's a good one to mill over. Shinra Reinforcements is the mill. It could be this Gubu Gardner, but not really. I mean, maybe it's Gubu Gardner instead of Farseek. Well, let me know in the comments. Let me know, what is your last cut? What's the last card that you cut here and get put in the sideboard? I think it's gonna be Gubu Gardner for me, mainly just also because all of our early stuff is black with the exception of this Farseek, and that does help. Maybe even trim a forest instead of a swamp, and kind of put this here. All right, gamers, we'll see you in round 1. All right, here we go with Sultai Value. See how things are going. Really trying to just go late game, flip over an Ultimeki, and kind of go from there. This is exactly one of the reasons why I love Reach the Horizon. We've got 3 cards that are pretty unplayable for us right away, but Reach the Horizon makes them very playable. We need a single land. Don't have a swamp, which all of our early game we established is, but like casually taking a Farseek off the top of the library would be pretty good. We want to make sure opponent, okay, it's like doesn't just like drop 1-drops on us, but that's good. You know, there's a chance that we might actually cycle this Marlboro, and then we can go get 2 green sources with the Reach the Horizon. Let's just play our entire hand. Yeah, I'm actually kind of down for that. Because, like, we don't need the extra power. We obviously have quite a bit of power. We can always fight on if we feel like we do need it back, assuming other things don't come back. Shinra Reinforcements was a great card to throw down on 3. I'm not that concerned about milling over a bunch of power. Because we have a much power in hand, so that'll be good. Play Eden on 4 along with Reach the Horizons, get us up to 6. And then I'm probably just Ultimechia. If we hit like land into land, then we go Ancient Adamantoise. And then, of course, if there's anything we have to take care of now, Cloud of Darkness pretty much kills most things in the format. There's not too many things that we'd be dealing with here. This could run into a counterspell, but I think you just sort of jam it. Like, it's the game plan. We could play a couple of things like this town in another town, but I don't want to do that. Starting town comes into play tapped, and so does Crossroads Village, so I guess we'll just... Do we have any double black spells? Anima, Vincent, and that's it. Okay, so I guess we'll name green with this, and this will be our second black source for now, because we need 3 green for Ancient Adamantoise. And so this will be 1, that's 2, this is 3. We also want double green for the Cloud of Darkness. And I don't really want to be using my starting town unless we have to. So the fact that we've got 2 sources in hand that require the extra green, and only 2 in the entire deck that requires the extra black, I think you go green with this. That's probably going to be true for most of the time. Dire City Rat. Let's play this. Let's attack. Even if this hits a counterspell, that's not as big of a deal. Again, we've got threats. But apparently OP's just like not doing much. Kind of down with both of these. There's a chance we want to bin the swamp. But if we keep the swamp, then we get to play our Adamantoise next turn. And so we're going to do that. What is OP doing? Big Jess. What are we doing? Sandworm, sure. Oh no. He's gonna kill my stuff. Killing their stuff. That would be pretty wild. No, kill my stuff. And it's less about getting rid of the card. I mean, obviously that's good, but like it's more about the fact that we shuffle and still need to draw a land now, and we also don't get our fight on. But even if that's the case, we can just go like Cloud of Darkness, kill the Sandworm, and Rat. Yeah, we did hit it. Okay, so this is nice. This is player Adamantoise, which now has ward 3, which means they really only can bounce it, and we also get to attack with impunity here. I'm going to pitch both these cards because we got to fill up the graveyard as best we can, plus Resentful Revelation has the ability to flashback. The damage from Sandworm was redirected to the Ancient Adamantoise rather than the Ultimechia, so it kind of was just a chump just to deal 5 damage to this thing. And now we're in a very commanding position, where if they play a big threat, then we can kill it with Cloud of Darkness. If they play a little threat, a bunch of little threats, then we just attack and kind of go from there. There's a thought that we want to bring Magic Pot in against Blue-Red, but I don't know if that's where we want to be right away. You know, Blue-Red has a lot of flashback cards, especially ones that like matter. Even Dreams of Laguna matters for the +4, and then you've got things like Summon the Esper and Call the Mountain Chocobo. No lands, got a Maul. I don't think we can keep this either, right? Like this is we got 3 dead cards in hand. I guess this is where we're at. Let's pitch a Swamp, and let's pitch Reach the Horizons, because we don't need the big mana quite yet. And then if we mill something super big with Shinra, then we can do vanilla with it. Starting town comes in untapped for our first 3 turns, so we don't necessarily have to play out that right away. I'm going to play it now. If we happen to draw like a forest or something, then obviously we want to do that. Brainstorm. Oh my gosh, look at Big Jess with a big brain. We've done this with fetch lands for quite some time, but on turn 2, we're going to brainstorm into world map, shuffling away 2 cards we don't want. Big Jess with the big brain. That was huge. That was great. They didn't even do it. They wanted their card too. Wow, all right. That's a little shock, a little surprise. Matoya, sure. I don't know if we'll need to kill this one right away. The random surveils don't really happen much. We hit, what, 2 lands and a fatal push. But there are some sometimes when people will play the 1-mana legendary artifact that for 2 surveils 2, because that turns it into 2-mana draw card, that's good. Yeah, I'm going to keep my Eden safe, at least for now. And just continue to value out a little bit what's going on here. Did we mill a mountain? No, forest. So we might pick up that forest if we don't hit anything better. Is Marlboro better? The fight on is gone, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Marlboro because we can just go like Eden Ultimechia next turn and surveil into ideally like a swamp or something. And if our opponent plays a Sandworm, if they get rid of the starting town, then we just go get probably a blue source to play our Ultimechia. Yeah, we're not attacking with this, but Matoya, not a terribly good blocker. I mean, it blocks fine. It just doesn't actually do anything in the blocks. I think we can go get blue source just so that way we can do this. Oh, they tap their own thing. All right. Down for that. Okay. They are fixing for more red, which is a little suspect. And they're attacking kind of all out. None of these creatures are particularly good for us anyway. So if we put them in the bin, that puts us 6 cards in the bin. I am down for both of these cards. Now, I know we can't cast the Ancient Adamantoise quite yet, but we can just go in Marlboro, and then we've got 2 big threats, and we need 1 more green source, and then we'll be fine. Hill Gigas. Yeah, I'll take the 5 here. I'm going to attack. Yeah, Cloud of Darkness, right? That's a good one. And then I'm going to play the Marlboro with the idea that we'll trade with the Hill Gigas. And so it'll just be a clean 2-for-1, the card in their hand and the Hill Gigas. And even if we have to go down to 11 and then Cloud of Darkness to our opponent, then that'd be good. We hit 3 bangers, just cards that slap. All 3 of these are great. Yep, they gain a life. I'm trying to think of what they could play that we'd want a Sephiroth intervention. And my first guess is probably Summon Leviathan. I see. Alright, that's fine. Put that on top. Go to 10. Play our land, play the Marlboro just to get the card out of their hand. and hit 3 more bangers. Suplex, Opera Love Song, and another Hilgigus. Wow. All right. Keep these on top again. Oh, I keep thinking there's not that much Surveillance set. There's literally Surveil 2 right here. Putting some cards back. Dreams of Laguna, sure. Oh, draw 2, right? Because there's Surveyor 1 and draw a card. Then there's another trigger to draw another card once the card resolves. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yep, draw another 2. And hopefully this means that we're going to be able to trade off our Hilgigus with the Marlboro. Even if not, then I think we just Cloud of Darkness, kill the Gigas, and attack for 8. And have quite a bit going on there, which is also very powerful. So I feel like we're going to be in a good spot here. The one that we really have to worry about is Choco Comet, which currently is good for 6. And we're at 8. X-Death is great. X-Death also really works out because we can cast the X-Death and the Sephiroths. And that's going to be good for us. Haste magic on my thing, sure. More haste magic. It's huge. Go to 1. Cecil doesn't need to be here. Oh, perfect. And we wanted to bin something anyway because X-Death will now flip. Ka-chow. There's certainly things that they can have, like summon the Esper, I think. And, well, I was going to say and a bounce spell, but it doesn't look like it. They would need, like, Suplex and summon the Esper. But then Choco Comet X equals 8. Holy cow, we were on it, huh? Terrifying. Terrifying. Holy cow. Alright. It worked out. We'll see you in round 2. All right, starting up round 2 with our Sultai value pile. We just saw Ultimechia really take over the last game. Obviously, one of the reasons why she's one of the best uncommons in the set. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is probably fine to start with. Because we've got Crossroads Village and Starting Town, plus a green-blue land, which like fixes for both things, and an island. And if we end up getting to 5 here, that's good. Even if this is just like not really doing anything into Vincent, into Sephiroths, like that can really take the game back by storm. Because, you know, let's say it gets 2 counters, or you just draw a world map, game's easy. Magic is easy. With a Fatal Push. Incredible. Just have it every time. Now, it's not a whole lot that we need here. So I'm just going to, yeah, pass the turn. And the reason why is because now either A, we can go get our green-blue land, which is not going to be the case. But B, they're going to play a thing. And if this was like an actual 4-drop with actual mana value 4, we could crack our world map, go get our forest, which we're expecting to do, and then we could battle the bridge. We're going to do it anyway just to keep our life total, because now we're going to reach the horizons and go get probably 2 green sources in this green-blue and then Crossroads Village, mainly just because it's a tap land. Yeah. Marlboro's not going to hit one of the like super good cards. And so we can either vanilla for a world map and keep going that way. We can just play Marlboro and let it get countered. Otherwise, we could try to play Vincent or Ultimate. I'm going to just play Marlborough because I'm expecting them to have either counter or kill spell, and this is one of the better ones to throw into that, right? Like, if they've just got, like, an Ice Magic, that looks really bad here. If they've got a Thunder Magic and it's their whole turn, fine. Then we'll just take our 2-for-1 and move on. I thought they might have been on Syncopate, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Oh, wow. 3 threats in Sahagin, Red Mage's Rapier, and Blazing Bomb. Marlborough has been on point this league. On point. Yeah, Thunder Magic. Yeah. And now they're just down to, well, 5 cards in hand. Play a White Source, which is a little scary. Because they didn't have anything last turn, we're going to just jam this. It plays worse into Ice Magic, but does fine into Thunder Magic. Summon Anima is good. I don't think we need Cecil, which is so funny. We just keep binning Cecil. But it helps grow our Cloud of Darkness. And then ideally in this next turn, we can just go attack with Ultimechia, Surveil. Making their own. Okay, that's pretty good. They're never able to flip it, right? Because you need blue, blue, black, black. Wow, but they bin 2 spells? Holy buckets. That's pretty good. So I want to attack. I'm going to bin this, but we're going to keep... if they bounce this off, that's fine. This actually probably means that we want to go Cloud of Darkness and just kill their tokens so they don't get additional surveils. In theory, the answer was like we could summon Anima and play the land right away. Astrologian's Planisphere. Okay. Summon Esperama. Yep, down it goes. Okay. We still want one more land. And so the answer here is either Shambling Sieth and Vanille to get back Ultimechia, or just summon Anima. And the reason why we want one more land is so we can just go Vincent into Sephiroth's and grow the Vincent. I'm going to play the Vanille. I want to get back Ultimechia. The Sephiroth's as well. That sucks. All right, but this thing is probably our best thing. And then this is kind of a freebie. We're not going to attack with our Cloud of Darkness because it blocks the Summon Esperama very well. And I want to make sure that we have our life total high. Ultros, sure. Tap something down, I suppose. I would trade either of my creatures for their Summon Esperama. I'm going to do this Cloud of Darkness because we have a second Cloud of Darkness, and if we were to get our creature back, like that's the better one to get back. Okay. I'm going to play Vincent. And then I'm going to attack with both creatures. And then we're probably going to kill Ultros because we don't want Vincent to get tapped down. Yeah, this is fine. Make them cast their spell. They don't make this block unless they are planning on casting a spell. They're going to tap down our Vincent, which again is fine. Oh, they're going to bounce the Vincent. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We'll put him on top. I don't necessarily need to feel like I have to Sephiroths now because we're not going to be getting the value out of it. And if they continue to lock down our Shambling Sieth, I think that's okay. Yeah, they put the Planisphere on Ultros. Be a little shocked if they didn't cast a spell. Yeah, Warrior Sword is a good one. Tap this down, get a thing. And so I think we're just going to run things back, and we're going to play Vincent and Sephiroth and then just go after Ultros right away. Because then he doesn't get tapped down. And now I've got a 5/5. Which dodges Thunder Magic. All kind of works out. Vincent is showing his power. How truly busted he is. Notably, does not gain any toughness on the backside, so still is going to just be a 6/5 when we get there. Not blocking here, but probably just flip Vincent right away, right? Like, just go 6/5 lifelink, and if they've got something to bounce it or kill it or whatever, like, it's fine. Then they're spending their spell to do that. Because once he flips, he just comes back as a 2/2. Yeah, that's okay. Put him on top, play the summon anima, draw Vincent. And even though we can't play Vincent this turn, we've got 9 mana, so we can just go like both of our threats this next turn. Or ideally we draw like another Sephiroth. Oh, we don't have that. Cloud of Darkness, I guess. Go Vincent Cloud of Darkness. It's pretty good. Ancient Adamantoise. Also a good one. Yep. Get in for 6. We go to 8. We go to 7. 6. We go 6. Kaboom. We go to 5. We play a giant thing. Bwomp. We attack for 4. Joshua, sure. That's a good one. Discards a single land, gets a card. And now what? Nothing. Coliseum Behemoth, huh? I'm going to play the Vincent. And then I'm going to attack with the Adamantoise because it has Vigilance. And then also the Summon Anima because it has Menace. And so if they want to double block with Joshua, then we're going to kill Joshua. Yeah, that's fine. We don't have any like overkills or anything that we're playing to, so I'm just going to tap out, I guess. Nothing super crazy coming. I don't think we need either of these. Ideally, we want our island, so that way we can flip our Ultimate Key, because we've got 13 cards in the bin. But even if they just like flip Joshua, sure they gain 2 life and like the Adamantoise takes 2 damage, but they're gonna have to sacrifice one of their creatures. That's gonna turn Vincent into something huge. Like once it's our next turn and we go summon Anima, the last trigger is they have to sacrifice a creature and they lose 3 life, and both these creatures are gonna be really good for us. Like we either get 9 counters on Vincent or they get rid of their Joshua / Phoenix. So like I think the best thing that could happen is if they go like call them out Chocobo into suplex on Vincent, but then they have to sacrifice the Chocobo. They can't really attack. and things are still not looking particularly good. If they flip their Joshua and they don't sacrifice the Phoenix, we can just Colosseum Behemoth, kill the Saga, and win the game. Yeah. Opponent in the tank, they pass. That's it. Okay. Sacrifice one of your things, please. Yeah. Now I've got a 7/6. Is there any reason why we want to do anything before going to combat? I don't think so. Yeah. I don't know if they necessarily caught the fourth thing on the fourth chapter. They got a good blue-red deck. We just happened to exile like 3 of their threats: Blazing Bomb, Red Mage's Rapier, and Sahagin. Like, those are the cards that we want. I have to wonder if maybe Gaius plays well here, and also Corner by Black Mages and get some of these things. Forayer plays well, exiling stuff from their graveyard. You know, Calls and Laughing Mad, like anything with flashback. And what cards are not as good? Summon Anima, although well in that game, I don't know how good it is overall. I don't know if we can take a turn off for Reach the Horizon. And then Shambling CF isn't particularly good on defense. Or maybe it's Cecil. Let's get that out. We're not going to really be attacking with Cecil. And he also can't block Sahagins and other such things. Yeah, we'll mult this. Okay, this is fine. We're going to pitch the Behemoth and hope that we get either our world map or something like that to... Oh, just naturally draw the island. Of course. Ultros coming down on 2. Adamantoy is a bit of a ways away. Sahagin, yeah, see, this is where things get a little dicey because now they just sort of hold up Syncopates and Ice Magics and whatever. Our Shambling CF like never untaps. Oh, okay. But they might be short on land, which would be the reason why you'd want a Dreams of Laguna here. And if that's the case, then I feel like we just want to like Sephiroth's intervention right away. I'm probably going to intervention the Sahagin. No, they're attacking. Because the Cloud of Darkness with a single card in the graveyard, a single permanent card, will kill the Ultros, and I'm not really concerned about Ultros getting 8 counters. The Emperor of Palamecia, sure. Yep. We'll continue to raise. Nothing, okay. Alright, just a slam and jam. Shinra Reinforcements, both these can go in the bin. This is great because now we can play our Crossroads Village on black, and then Cloud of Darkness kills Ultros, unless they, I mean, they have a 4+ converted mana cost here in Dreams of Laguna. So they probably want to Choco Comet. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Black. Cloud of Darkness. Killed this. And then pass. And then we are 2 mana away from Ancient Adamantoys. Yeah, things got pretty scary here pretty quick with the Choco Comet. Oh, it's a second Choco Comet. Oh my gosh. Get out of here. That was trash. That was trash. All right, give me this Reach the Horizon back in. Give me that back. Get this thing out of here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. Sometimes you just get Cometed, I guess. Sometimes it just happens. Oh, that means we're going to have to dodge Comet into Comet in round 3. I guess just maintaining our life total and prioritizing Shinra reinforcements and X death and Sephiroth's intervention. Just things that incidentally gain us life. Holy cow. I was not prepared for Comet into Comet. All right. Man. Crossroads, I mean, if we draw any land, we can go like Farseek into Play World map, Crack World map, play Rat. But I don't think we can. Yeah, this is much better. Much, much, much better. We don't need... Well, if I think we probably got to pitch the Eden. So we can go get... I was going to say a forest. We can't go get a forest. Farseek means you have to go get a non-forest. So that's okay. We'll go get our island for Ultimechia. It's a great one to be cornered by black mages. And that means that we don't really have anything going on right now, but wow. That is aggressive. But I think we'll be able to get things moving here. I'll trade this off because then that means that we're one step closer to the Adamantoids, which I think they're going to have trouble with. Ward 3 being a big deal for them, and then also like just a bounce spell. It's kind of a big deal. And then if we happen to draw a land now, we can just Marlborough, and that's going to be big early. Intervention is good. So I think we just sort of sit on that. Right, I think if they play like a 4 and untap their Sahagin, or attack with their Sahagin, we'll probably intervention that. Yeah, Warrior's Sword. I mean, it's a good card, but Sahagin's the scarier one of the two. Forayer. Was this to equip? 4 to equip? 5 to equip. Yeah, I still don't think it's worth it. So we're just going to play the Forayer, and then I'll trade off the Forayer if we have to. Exile some of their stuff. We wanted to hit the Choco Comet for sure because there's a couple things that get back cards. And if I had 2 Choco's Comet, I might consider playing, what's it called? Sorceress's Schemes, I think is what it's called. Where it's 4 mana rebuy a instant sorcery and then you get a red. But it's flashback, so it's pretty easy to mill over and have from there. Yeah, +3, +2 is pretty big. But they can't swap it over to the Chocobo. Ice magic here. Okay. I'll put that in the bottom because we're searching for lands. And getting a Marlborough or a land for Marlborough would be pretty huge, but Sephiroth's intervention, I suppose, is also just fine. I'm not that interested in cycling the Marlborough because 1, we don't need the 6th land that bad if we don't have the Marlborough, but 2, I also don't really feel like we need another black source. So, because they've used a Choco Comet, I'm just going to take this damage. See what happens. Red Mage's Rapier, not very scary. I don't think. Fight on, huh? Man, we are coming short. That should allow us to like cycle the Marlboro, and then we could fight on that plus the rat if we need to. Doesn't feel particularly good. Ice magic. My rat. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Again, we're going to put it on the bottom. Gain of life, go to 11. And hopefully this 4-4. Okay. Play a 3-2. Oh my gosh. Alright. Give me this so that we can surveil. Yep. This is pretty wild stuff. Yep, we take 4. Holy cow. What is happening? Battle at the Bridge seems pretty good. Okay. So this next turn we can go like Resentful Revelations plus Battle at the Bridge. But we're dead to like any damage spell. I guess it's kind of interesting, right? Like if they cast non-creatures, that's fine. We go to 1. If they equip, that's also fine. We still go to 1. And then, like, the Summer Esperama is gone next turn. So they would need, like, another Ice Magic or another Choco Comet, which, like, obviously we've seen that they have, but it's not the very, very end. Yeah, this will be a little bit of a tough loss. And again, I don't think that the cycling the Marlboro is particularly, you know, it. All right, this is what we're doing. Wow. All right. Round 3, here we go. All right, round 3. After a little bit of some mana trouble in round 2, let's make sure we don't have any of that. Moving forward. On the draw, I think this is fine because any single land gets us to Shinra reinforcements, which helps both block and gain some of the life back. So now we'll do this. We're going to go grab an island. Dreams of Laguna, sure. And then Vanille can help get us to another land. Lock Coal is a very good one. Yeah. Play this. Gain our life. Yeah, sure. I've been very impressed with this card. This card's awesome. Very happy with it. Rook turret, sure. Yep. Do this to grab our land. And I think we just grab this town. Cloud of Darkness doing X = 5 feels horrendous for our opponent. There's somebody said about grabbing that swamp so that we can play the swamp, block the lock coal, and like shoot the rook turret, then untap and maybe Sephiroth's intervention or something. But that seems like it's a lot going on here. Yeah, Sahagin is good. I'm going to play Cloud of Darkness and see what happens. Yeah, and I think I'm going to get rid of the rook turret just because it's a flyer. If we draw into the black source, Magic Damper, sure. That's fine. So if we draw into the black source, we can go like Vincent plus Fatal Push on Sahagin, which is like probably the best Fatal Push target for us. Hope he's stuck on 4 lands. Yeah, Sephiroth is good. Yep, that's fine. Take 7. We might vanilla back our Cloud of Darkness. X-Death is also a good one. But I think I'm going to cast vanilla. Get back Cloud of Darkness, get back land. I think I want the Cloud of Darkness. Because now what happens is we can Fatal Push the Sahagin, we can trade our vanilla with a Lock Coal, and then our Cloud of Darkness kills their rook turret. They almost assuredly want to be casting something ahead of time. Yeah, so that way Sahagin is unblockable. And this looks like very powerful for them. I get it. Like, I would be doing the same thing, but I don't think it's going to work out for them. Also, they don't know that we don't have the second half of the meld, so they're down for trading this off as well pretty easily. We don't really have to worry about Choco Comets here, so I'm a little bit less concerned about our life total. Obviously, it's something we're going to have to work about here soon, but X-Death, X-Death into Phaidon is going to be a good turn. Ice Flan, it's a good one. Land, I'm going to play Vincent and X-Death because once the X-Death flips into a 7/7, or a 7/3, it can trade with the Ice Flan, and then Vincent gets 5 counters. Vane's Betrayal, or Vane's Treachery, obviously plays well here. But even if I chump with Shinra and then like Sephiroth's attack, that's super good. Phaidon really helping us grind as well. Letting grab like Vanille probably, and then one of these couple of creatures. You know, Cloud of Darkness or Vincent. That's fine. Sure. Yeah. Let's kill this. Now we're just going to attack with a 8-powered lifelinker. Yes, please. Just this card is too good, man. Oh my god. What do you do, man? I mean, they have like Sephiroth's interventions and stuff too, I'm sure, but like then it just comes back and you do it again. Stuck in Summer Sanctum. Yeah, that's a good answer. Do I want to fight on now for Vanille and Cecil? Demon Wall? Vanilla and Demon Wall is a good one? Not really, huh? Yeah, that's a good one. Bin the Forest. And the Summon Anima, I guess, right? Because we'll grab that with the fight on. And then next turn we can flip Ultimechia, and that should be lethal unless they've got an answer on top of their deck. Yeah, Dark Knight Greatsword's a good card, but it's not it. Man, flipping a bunch of cards feels very good and very exciting. Yeah, that puts lethal on board. Because even without us like doing fight on, what happens is we attack and Ultimeki has Menace on the backside. So like we attack like this. Surveil at least one thing in there. They put like a single block on it or they don't. It's kind of up to them. Right, but then now we flip an end step, take another turn. Let's get our non-creature or non-permanents because those things don't get got back. One more can be, I don't want that one, this one. And now they don't have a blocker for our menace creature. We'll get in for 10. I mean, they were in a tough spot, but like once they attack with the Shambling Seath, like it's not a whole lot they can do. Cornered by Black Mage is looking better against the Sahagin deck. So we're going to bring that in. And again, Cecil kind of not looking great. I wonder if Cecil's pretty much trash in this deck. I thought with all the life gain, like we could kind of get down to 10 and then we can get back up and it'll be fine, but it might just not be good in this deck. I've played him and he has been good, but it's probably been more of like a black-white strategy, which, you know, also plays into his colored identity, which works. Can't do this even though I really want to. This is much better. Get rid of this thing. Draw your mana and it's just fine. Poison the water. Take my Ultimechia. No. They also now know about Cornered by Black Mages, which like sucks a little bit, but I mean if they play around it and like don't play a thing, then we just Shambling Seath. I mean it's not Cornered by Black Mages is never getting better, so I'm just gonna play it here. Save ourselves the life, and then every time they want to equip the Dark Knight's Greatsword, they have to pay the life to do it. A Shambling Seath of their own. We're going to play our Shambling Seath because it's going to trade. It's fine. You know, this wizard probably is probably worth 6 life, I would imagine. A second Shambling Seath. Alright. I'm going to play X-Death first. And now I think I'm down for trading this because we can get it back when we do the Reach the Horizons. And if they just want to like trade the little ones for little ones, that's fine. I don't really want to trade my X-Death for their little one. Oh, wow. All right. That kind of sucks. It's like the exact answer that's good for them. But I'll trade this. Ultimechia, huh? Two Clouds of Darkness. We're going to bin one so that way the other one actually can kill a Shambling Seath. And pay their life. Man, our fight on right now is loaded, huh? 2 Ultimechias, a Cloud of Darkness, and X-Death. Like, there is some stuff in the graveyard. Also, this Eden can get something back. Man, only having 1 black source is like really tough for them, huh? Yo, that was a good draw. Gonna get 2 more green sources, including this green-blue source. So that way we can flip our Ultimechia when it comes back, but then also we can cast our Adamantoise. This is pretty scary if they have like a kill spell for our rat, but also every time that we attack them for 3 is like one less time they can equip a greatsword. So Rook turret, sure. Yeah, that's a good card. We could get back an X-Death. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus this, and then we can play the X-Death. I'm gonna attack with this. If they want to equip twice, then they'd go down to 4. And we'd have a flyer. No, they just trade off. That tracks. Yeah, I think our answer is we're just going to Eden and sacrifice and then get back something that is good. Whether that's an Adamantoise or whether that's a Ultimechia. Yep, 100%. They're in a bit of a precarious spot with these great swords now. Three mana Thief's Knife, get back a Shambling. Sure. Summon Anima. You know, we could Cloud of Darkness, but I think I just want to do this. Because even if we trade... Wow. That was a rip, huh? Even if we trade our Ultimechia away, which I don't think we will, but even if we did, now we have the Vincent, but 2, we get the Surveil into other stuff. Marlborough plays really well, because they're going to spend at least 3 life on this equipping the Thief token, which will put him to 10, and then Vincent will go to 7, and then 8 on the flip. I mean, I don't think they can do that. But if they don't have an answer for Ultimechia, she just flips next turn because we have 11 in the bin. This is probably our best Ultimechia deck we've seen. Okay, they go to 10. Let's do this. I wonder if they just kind of felt like they had to do that. They now have a 7/7. They have like an Ice Magic, maybe? Their own Ultimechia. Sure. They also don't know about the Marlboroughs, so they might go to 2 on their own. Wow. All right. Transform, gain 8. Trade off. You take 3. I get my 2/2 back. I mean, I get it. I understand, like, they have 0 other options, but, like, it sucks. That sucks. The Seath is the pretty easy discard here. If they have, like, an untapped blocker and a Vayne's Treachery, they could, like, kill Vincent, untap blocker. Oh, I was going to say they could, like, go to 1 with the equip, but they can't. Lock Cole? Yeah, sure. So this is a free attack because if they block here, they go to 4 and then dot to the Marlborough, so they have to trade the Marlborough. Just to stay relevant, and then our Vincent is at 2. Unless they have an answer. Oh my god, do they really? A Magic Damper. Sure. Yeah, that's a good one. Go to 1. This is 4 to equip. There's no way they can equip that. We're gonna destroy this thing to get us another attacker next turn. So that way, even with blockers, there's their coal is kind of dead. They have to have like a Sephiroths for the Coliseum Behemoth. Relentless X. Yeah, that's good. They go to 3. They got 3 blockers. They don't kill any of our stuff. I think this actually kills the Adamantoids, though. Yeah, just take a bunch. And there you have it, folks. Yeah. Super sick deck. Lots of fun. Unfortunate round 2. Maybe there's a chance that we should have had 17 lands and the Marlborough and the Farseek plus the world map. I'm not really sure what we would cut for it. Lots of good stuff in here. Demon Wall never came up, but maybe the Cecil should have just been another forest like this, and this should have been the deck to make sure we hit our big drops. But it was pretty unfortunate we had like Marlborough, Ancient Adamantoids, and a couple other things in hand and just weren't able to connect with it. I think this thing showed up at some point, but that's how it goes. It's part of how it goes. We should have a video, I'm hoping, this weekend or tomorrow of an Arena Direct sealed. So we'll be battling for a collector's box of Final Fantasy. See how that goes. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you tomorrow. Cheers.